Solar is actually creating electricity right on the meter, right at the entrance from 24th Street. So, Araceli, what are we forgetting? Oh, the ribbon cutting. That's what we're forgetting. Okay, we need the trustees back, please. Come on back.
LA this week.
Hollywood Celebration Theater has been showcasing LGBT-themed productions long before it was mainstream. I'm Gil Reyes on a special visit to this Hollywood institution.
Free movie nights are back for the summer here at the Hanson Dam Aquatic Center. I'm Anna Marcos. Find out what shark tales are in store coming up.
And a civil rights icon is honored in Boyle Heights. That's coming up next.
Hey everyone, I'm Umemi Rashid. Here's what's happening in LA this week. This week, Mayor Garcetti outlined a new strategy to overhaul the city's approach to street cleanups and how to deliver services to homeless Angelenos. It's called CARE, which stands for Cleaning and Rapid Engagement. We take you to the announcement.
We're here for a clear reason today. Homelessness is a massive emergency in our city. It's a crisis unlike anything that we've seen before. But I've always said I believe a human-caused problem, no matter how many decades in the making, can be a human-solved problem as well. So today we're putting forward a new plan that transforms our system by scaling up public health services, that cracks down on illegal dumping, and makes all of our communities cleaner.
It's a revamping, it's a re-engineering, it's a whole rethinking of how we can best provide services to the homeless residents, as well as tackle the proliferation of illegal dumping.
We're going to boost the number of sanitation teams on our streets by 50% and invest over $6 million of additional funds in our sanitation crews with better equipment, extra supplies. And on top of that, we're going to send out what we're calling Care Plus teams. These are folks who will lead more comprehensive cleanups at our encampments, where we'll use data to deploy our workers and address encampments where cleaning services are needed most. Simply put, the charge of our care teams is to provide service to the people of LA, services that are predictable, services that are efficient, services that take into account the public health needs of everyone, housed or unhoused.
The city will also be piloting a new mobile hygiene station and is developing a program to train and hire homeless Angelenos to support cleanup efforts. We recently sat down with Councilmember Joe Buscaino to discuss the economic development in his district and what they're doing in areas like San Pedro and Watts to address homelessness. Anita Bennett has more.
Over the past few years, Council District 15 has seen a tremendous amount of economic development. But like so many other parts of the city, it's also struggled with homelessness. To discuss these issues is Councilman Joe Buscaino. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me, Anita.
What are some of the biggest issues that your constituents talk about?
Well, three top issues are homelessness, and homelessness. Every day we field calls about the concerns of homeless individuals living in our streets from Watts down to San Pedro. The city of Los Angeles needs to move on solving this humanitarian crisis, as Mayor Garcetti has called it, and the city council moving on doing all we can to solve homelessness. In my district, I have 3 bridge homes that will be open by the end of this year. And in addition, I'm moving on a navigation center that's going to allow homeless individuals to store their personal property and at the same time have access to services on site, and really thank the LAPD because that storage site will be housed adjacent to the LAPD Harbor Station to move individuals from the sidewalks and into emergency shelter. And with that comes the enforcement and cleanup. We have really embraced and supported flyaway homes. That's actually 4 times cheaper and 4 times faster in putting together these prefab homes that are now housing individuals who are formerly homeless.
So many times when you have these community meetings, there is opposition. So did you encounter a lot of that?
We encountered some concerns and opposition, of course, and that is something that we anticipated and expected. But in my district, we've had a homeless task force that has been driven by neighborhood council leaders, and they've really taken the lead on embracing solutions and working hand in hand with my office. In each of these proposed locations, we had outreach and opportunity for community members to come and express their concerns and answer a number of their questions. We are hoping that our colleagues in neighboring municipalities can do their part, and we're hoping to compel them to seek solutions so that the problem of homelessness is dealt with and solved as a regional effort and not just the city of Los Angeles. We are leading in Council District 15 along with our stakeholders and community leaders. We're leading with solutions, and I'm really proud of what we've done in my district.
Stay tuned to Channel 35 for the full interview. For more information on the 15th District and Joe Buscaino, visit their website, la15th.com. Ever wanted to check out what it's like to drive one of LA's trash trucks? Okay, well maybe I wouldn't, but these kids and one awesome parent had a great time doing just that at an LA Sanitation open house in the harbor. Check it out.
This is our 5th event so far of the year. LA San puts on 6 events every year. We do it in every district. Today we're in the harbor. The importance of this event is to show the residents what services we offer. We have city plants. They brought 225 trees. It's a free tree giveaway. Kids get to operate the trash trucks. We barbecue. We have raffles for the kids. But it's a way for LA San to get in touch with the residents to show what services we have to offer. It's a great event for the family.
Oh man, the kids love this, man. My 2-year-old, he loves garbage trucks, so taking him out here was a good way for him to kind of see what it's all about and get in the truck and just see what else local community is doing. I think it's more about building that foundation at a young age, teaching them how to recycle, how important that is, and they'll have that with them as they grow older.
My kids are obsessed with trash trucks, so when I found out about this event, it was a definite must. We climbed into the trucks and honked the horn and pushed the up and down button, the lever, so it was fun. More fun for me, actually.
There's plenty more open houses planned for the summer around the city. To find one near you, check out their website at lacitysan.org. She's a civil rights activist with honors like the Presidential Medal of Freedom and a place in the National Women's Hall of Fame. But now she's got her own honor in Boyle Heights. We're on the scene for the official unveiling of Dolores Huerta Square.
Ladies and gentlemen, American icon, Dolores Huerta!
How to register voters, how to get them out to vote. And those lessons that Fred Ross taught the leaders here are the ones that I took when we started the United Farm Workers.
We've been touched by her, whether we know it or not, whether it was legislation she advocated for, helping those in need. All of us have been impacted by her work. She may be small in stature, but she's huge in the wars she has fought and won for all of us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Si se puede. Dolores Huerta still works as an activist with her foundation, which works on the grassroots level to develop future leaders. You can read more at doloreshuerta.org. Summer's officially here, and at many Los Angeles pools, there's a cool program that helps kids between 4 and 17 learn how to swim. Forgive the pun, but let's dive right in.
Our Swim LA program is open to everyone in the community, from children to adults, senior citizens. Everyone is welcome to join our programs at any of our 50 swimming pools.
These group lessons and teams actually help the participants become lifeguards. They're able to gain the confidence that they need in order to take the exam. They must be 17 years old and they need to join an academy, and after that, they're able to become lifeguards.
So I decided to be a lifeguard because I was participating in Riker Park's citywide aquatic swim programs since I was 9 years old. I did junior guards, swim team, water polo, and it was just a nice way to give back to the community.
Last year I learned a bunch of things like breaststroke and butterfly.
I wanted to learn how to swim, and I started in a beginner's class, and I went up to intermediate, and I kept on going up and up until I got up to junior lifeguard.
We have a free or affordable program for everyone in the family. Visit swimla.org and you can locate the nearest swimming pool to your home and register either online, or you can come in person and register for any of our programs.
It's enjoying, it's exhilarating, I love it a lot, and it's super exciting.
Swim LA is a part of a broader effort by Mayor Garcetti to get kids active and ready for the 2028 LA Olympics. When one of those kids wins gold, just remember, you saw them here first. Well, maybe swimming isn't your thing, but how about fishing? We head to Cabrillo Beach Pier to check out their summer fishing program for kids.
We started in 1988. It was started by Roger Williams. We've been going every year since. A lot of the inner city kids, they never have a chance to come down to the beach. For them, it's something special. It's something once in a lifetime a lot of times. First time ever, first fish they ever catch.
The pier is located at 3800 Stephen M. White Drive in Los Angeles. The fishing program runs Tuesday to Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. through August 2nd. June is LGBT Pride Month here in Los Angeles, and as a part of our Pride series, we take a visit to one of LA's most beloved LGBT theaters. Gil Reyes takes us behind the scenes with Celebration Theater.
On this very special Pride Month, we pay a visit to the oldest continuously producing LGBTQ+ theater in the United States. And to this day, Celebration Theater here in Hollywood continues to churn out the hits relevant to an increasingly diverse LGBTQ+ community.
Get in there! Go!
Prisoners of love, the skies above, can't keep our hearts in jail.
Can't keep our hearts in jail.
Celebration Theater was founded in 1982 by Chuck Rowland, who is one of the original gay pioneers, founders of the Mattachine Society. It was sort of an underground movement here in Los Angeles that was really a safe space for the gay rights movement.
We're still prisoners, we're still prisoners, we're still prisoners of love.
We're at at rehearsals for an upcoming presentation of The Producers, an LGBTQ take on the Mel Brooks classic. Theater Director of Development Christopher Makish says productions in his small space are evolving to include more diversity within the LGBTQ+ community.
People of color, the trans community, to be quite honest, folks who are not cisgender white guys who look like me. So I'm given an opportunity here in a leadership role to leverage my privilege, hopefully in ways in the years to come that can help tell the stories of members of our community, of our family, who haven't been given enough voice.
We just did a partnership with A Noise Within Theater and with the trans chorus called Trans Sister Radio, which was an evening of all trans performers. And that had never been done. It was my idea and people came on board right away and it was a huge success. You know, trans and bi folks are completely underserved. You know, we never talk about the bi community. And we have company members who are bi.
Artistic director Michael A. Shepard looks forward to other stories coming out and hopes audiences leave with a better understanding.
Take that positivity that they receive from our shows and pay it forward and do something nice for someone else, or learn how to become a stronger ally to the LGBTQ+ community.
Celebration Theater recently took home 7 Los Angeles Drama Critics Circle Awards. See what the critics are raving about. Catch a show at the Lex Theater at 6760 Lexington Avenue. For ticket info, log on to celebrationtheater.com.
Thanks, Gil, and congrats on those Drama Critics Circle Awards to everyone at Celebration Theater. Councilwoman Nury Martinez held her 5th annual Valley Pride Festival this last weekend, and we were on hand for the party. This year's theme, One Valley, One Love. Check it out.
This is our 5th annual Valley Pride event that we host here in the community of Van Nuys. It's really to energize and get behind, One Valley, One Love in support of our LGBT community here in the San Fernando Valley. We're about 1.5 million people strong in the San Fernando Valley. It's about time that we have our own celebration.
You tolerate something that you don't like, but you embrace and you accept what you respect and what you love. And full acceptance is really where it's at.
I am thrilled to see so many people out here celebrating, but we have pride and we have purpose. And that purpose is to make sure that we have a more just society and that everybody in our city has opportunity to realize their dreams.
Over 1,000 people attended Valley Pride this year in Van Nuys, making it the largest in their 5-year history. Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez knows how to throw a pool party. We caught up with her at the Handsome Dam Aquatic Center as she kicks off her summer movie nights in the Northeast Valley. Anna Marcos is poolside with more.
What better place to watch a summertime movie than a giant swimming pool, one with a sandy beach and lots of water toys.
And then we heard about this event, and I said, all right, let's go. Wrap up your blankets, get your stuffed animals, your pillows, and let's go.
Most of these movie fans have also brought their bathing suits. The kids and families are out for a watery good time as a full season of free movie nights kicks off at Handsome Dam Aquatic Center in Council District 7. Last year's opening night movie, Jaws, was such a huge success, they wanted to do it again.
When I had this wild idea to screen Jaws here at the pool while people kind of were floating in the water, it set off a few nerves, but we found a way to make it happen.
This year's opening night movie is Shark Tale, an animated comedy about fish and sharks starring Will Smith.
Hi.
But things are getting pretty fishy underwater even before the movie starts.
I
I think it's nice to be watching a movie while playing around in the water.
The movie night, swimming, having fun with our family.
Yeah, and friends.
We're gonna watch Shark
Tale. We're not a big fan of.
We're more a fan of Jaws. You are. That's your opinion. I like Shark Tale. I think it's fun.
Yeah, I'm making a big sandcastle.
This may be the first free movie night of the season, but there will be 10 more of these movies all over the neighborhood all summer long. The last one will happen here again, and that'll be Aquaman. I think I'm going to come see that one. I get to create an environment here where families can come together and create great memories.
And of course, it doesn't hurt to make a pitch with your youngest constituents to get more kids hooked on the summertime fun.
Okay, are you going to tell all your friends about movie nights in CD7?
Yes, it's good to put the word out on the street. The Shark Tale movie finally makes it onto the big screen, accompanied by free popcorn and, wait, is that s'mores in the making? Yes, a poolside bonfire with s'mores for everyone. Now that's the way to watch a movie.
This was just the kickoff. Future movies in the pool include Karate Kid, Black Panther, and Grease. Definitely my faves. To see the full list, check out monicarodriguez.org/movie nights. We check out the food trucks at Weston Wednesdays, get a taste of the islands with Caribbean Heritage Day, and Councilmember Koretz gives some traffic advice in Bel Air. All this in City Beat.
Some of LA's most delectable food trucks were gathered at Grand Park for Wesson Wednesdays, Juneteenth edition, presented by Council President Herb Wesson.
And only thing you guys got to do is just come out, support us, one by one day at a time as we get better every day.
Councilmember Paul Koretz, the LADWP and LAFD held a press conference to alert the public of a year-long project on Sunset Boulevard in the greater Bel Air area. The project will be a power upgrade to the existing DWP infrastructure that had been installed in the 1930s.
We've had great coordination among all the departments. Now we just ask for the public to pitch in and do what they can to avoid the area in the next year.
The third annual Caribbean Heritage Recognition Day celebration at LA City Hall brought live music, authentic cuisine, and fun for everyone.
We have performers, we have food, we have dancers. It's a way for Los Angeles to wrap our arms around our Caribbean immigrants and Caribbean members of our city.
I love this last story. It's called Angel City Games, and it's the premier adaptive sports festival on the West Coast. Check out these athletes from 3 to 72 years old that don't let anything get in their way from playing their favorite sports.
So today is day 2 of the 5th annual Angel City Games, which is now presented by the Hartford. And we're offering, over the course of these 4 days, 7 Paralympic sports, both clinics to learn and competitions. So it's important that events like Angel City Games happen, because if you are living with a physical disability, whether you were born different or you acquire that disability through injury or illness, you have shockingly little opportunities to participate in sports.
For able-bodied people, sports is not something that's difficult to find. They can go up to a basketball gym and play basketball, they can go to the track and compete, but for the physically disabled community and the adaptive community, it's really difficult to find sports. People are scattered around, most of them don't even know that it exists, and many of them are confused and think the Paralympics is a Special Olympics, which it's not.
My eldest son, Ezra, was born with some physical differences. I was flying him all over the country to make sure he had access to sports, and we wanted to make sure those that didn't have the same ability to travel for sports, so we could bring it to them in Southern California.
It's important to support events like these because, again, it creates an environment which is inclusive of people with disabilities. You know, oftentimes we find a lot of recreations and activities happening that are not for people with disabilities, and this opportunity
creates equity amongst the city programs, services that we're offering.
It's important that the city, and particularly Recreation and Parks, is we need to support kids of all abilities. And we want to grow our adaptive sports and fitness programs around the city. We want to reach kids who may not have the opportunity to come to a fantastic event like this, who may be in an area of the city that may not be aware of it. So we're also looking at helping bring more awareness to this event and bring more support to this event.
So that's our passion. What we're focused on is making sure everybody has the same opportunity to participate in sport and live a healthy, active life.
Because we all know the power of sports. What it does for you physically, psychologically, what it does for your soul. So to bring the community together, to have a fun event like this, there's nothing better.
Grant Park lights up for the 4th of July. Shimmy to some salsa at Union Station and scope out some ghostly locations in Boyle Heights. Check out these things to do.
Join Grand Park and the Music Center Performing Arts Center for the return of the Los Angeles 4th of July Block Party. LA County's largest free July 4th celebration will feature picnicking, music, dancing, and a stunning fireworks show high above downtown LA. The Los Angeles 4th of July Block Party lights up the night at Grand Park on Thursday the 4th from 3 p.m. through 9 p.m. For details, visit musiccenter.org/calendar. Metro Art presents Salsa Night at Union Station. Turn up the heat, put on your dancing shoes, and come along for a night of salsa under the stars, featuring live music by Son Mayor, Rumbanquete, and Cita Rason. Dance lessons by instructor Katie Hernandez will begin at 8 and 9:15. Salsa Night at Union Station drops on Friday, July 5th at 7:30 p.m. at Union Station, located at 800 North Alameda Street. To get more details, visit metro.net/art. Let Boyle Heights historian Barrio Boychik take you on a walking tour of the amazing ghost stories no one has dared to tell. Learn the fascinating history of one of the most diverse neighborhoods in Los Angeles, as well as how to understand the paranormal. You'll get an entertaining tour that will give you goosebumps, but empower you not to be afraid of the dark. The Boyle Heights Walking Ghost Tour is happening Saturday, July 6th from 6 to 9 p.m. For more information, check out their listing on Eventbrite. LA Department of Sanitation encourages North Hollywood residents to bring clean/used motor oil, new/used tires, paint, or e-waste to their mobile collections event. Take this opportunity to dispose of eco-unfriendly items like tires, computers, and monitors responsibly. The collection mobile will be at the North Hollywood Recreation Center Saturday, July 6th, beginning at 9 a.m. For a full list of collectible e-waste items, look for their listing on Eventbrite. One of LA's favorite new dance nights is back. Echoplex is proud to bring you Dark 80s Night. As the name suggests, this is a night devoted to the best in dark sounds from the 1980s. Goth, post-punk, industrial, dark wave, synth-pop, and more. Expect to hear the sounds of Sisters of Mercy, Joy Division, and much more. It's all going down Sunday, July 7th at Dark 80s Night at Echoplex, located at 1154 Glendale Boulevard. For ticket information, visit parttimepunks.com. And that's a look at some things to do.
That's it for this edition. I'm Umaima Rashid. From all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.
Good morning, good morning. If everyone could please take a seat. Shh. If everyone could please take a seat. It's Tuesday, July 2nd. I want to welcome you to City Hall and to this council meeting. Madam Clerk, we do have a quorum. Would you please call the roll?
Blumenfield, Bonin, Buscaino, Cedillo, Harris Dawson, Weezer, Koretz, Krikoria, Martinez, O'Farrell, Price, Rodriguez, Rue, Smith, Wesson, 11 members and a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you. First order of business.
Approval the minutes.
Krikorian moves, Cedillo seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Rodriguez moves, O'Farrell seconds. Next.
Mr. President, today is Tuesday and time for the flag salute.
If we would all rise, Mr. Smith, if you would lead us this morning, please. All rise for our flag salute.
If the audience and everyone please join with me, place your hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Thank you very much. Let's go through the agenda.
Mr. President, given the upcoming council recess, would council like all items today to go forthwith, sir?
Okay, without objection.
There is a request to refer item 90 to the Rules, Elections, and Intergovernmental Relations Committee.
Without objection.
Also, there are requests to continue item number 17 to August 30th, 2019, as well as to continue item 104 to July 30th, 2019.
Okay, without objection. So we'll do that. Go on.
Items 1 through 18 are items noticed for public hearing, and for item number 1, A through I, the department recommends the confirmation of the liens. And sir, there are items, there are cards on items 1 through 16 as well as 18, sir.
All right, let's continue.
Items 19 through 82 are items for which public hearings have been held. The Budget and Finance Committee report for item number 71 has been submitted for council's consideration. Also, items 25 and 27 should be received and filed in as much as council rescinded those actions on June 19, 2019. And finally, no action is required on item 57 in as much as it was scheduled in error.
Okay, well, let's prepare to move on these items. I'm sorry, Mr. Bonnet.
9 special, please.
Can we hold 79 per Mr. Bonnet's request? We'll vote on the rest now. Let's open the roll. Close the roll. Whoa, scratch that, Mr. Harris-Dawson.
Mr. Chair, I want to call number 50 special, 50.
Let's hold 50. So let's open the roll. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Continue.
Items 83 through 111 are items which public hearings have not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration, sir.
Okay, so without objection, those items are now before this body. Ms. Rodriguez?
Oh, just 85 special.
I did not hear you.
85 special.
Let's hold 85. Mr. Smith? 109. Okay. Cards?
Mr. President, there are cards on all items, sir.
Okay, continue.
And that brings council to items called special, general public comment, or presentation, sir.
It's my understanding there's an item from Friday that needs to be continued. Why don't we do that?
Yes, sir. For the record,
in fact, it's reconsidered, I'm told, not continued.
Yes. The council is reconsidering council file number 11-0046, and that's from the Friday, June 28th meeting.
So let's vote on reconsideration. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Now we'll vote on the item.
Yes, sir.
Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
All right, that brings us where, Madam Clerk?
Items called special or general public comment, sir.
Okay, if I can get the sergeants to clear the center aisle. Miss McAllister. Items 83, 84, 85, 88, 97, 98, 109, and your general public comment.
Good morning, Mr. President. Let's start with 85. You want to put a fine against unlicensed marijuana businesses. And Mr. President, I've been walking and riding around, especially in Sedilio's district here on Wilshire and Alvarado, where thousands of illegal aliens are selling everything they want to sell, and they don't have licenses. I know what the license looks like. It has to be stapled or tacked into that cart or whatever. They don't have any licenses. This is all over the city. So we're just giving them millions of dollars. We're throwing that money away because we're not enforcing the license laws on these illegal aliens. That's our tax dollars. And I want to see a patrol. We need to start some kind of department where they go out and find these people. If they don't have licenses, throw them off the street. They have no right to be around this city selling anything. Now, here, let's talk about the nurses. Sedilio wants certified nurses to see the people and not doctors. Well, I don't want a nurse to see me. If I go and see the doctor, I want to see a doctor. Now, I have been doing this, and you go into these offices, you see hundreds of illegal aliens and their children. They don't speak a word of English. That's why they're asking for nurses. They call them certified nurse practitioners, because we don't have enough doctors to see all of these illegal aliens. And as an American, I refuse to see a nurse practitioner. Abortion, you have that on here. And you want to deny states who restrict abortion access, you want to deny them public resources.
Mr. President, that item was referred to Rules Committee.
Okay, so just speak to another item, Ms. McAllister, that's all.
Okay. Here, I want to talk more about the cannabis that we have, this selling marijuana. The city is not making the money that it thought it would make. I was at the hearings, and I remember, Mr. President, you were saying how much money the city would make. Well, it's not working out. The people refuse to buy it. They'd rather just bootleg, buy from each other. So I think the program is failing. I think your intentions are to make more money by fining these marijuana businesses, and I don't think we need to do that. Also, I want to mention 84, matching funds for candidates running for office. And I read the requirements, and it says that if a candidate invests their own money into their campaign, they can't use money that they raise to pay it back. So I find that to be quite interesting. But I do want people to start running for office, for mayor, and for city council, because these people are career politicians. As you can see, all these people laying on the street. They have no intentions of fixing this homeless problem that we have here in Los Angeles. Now, I want to give her 1 minute. Thank you, Mr. President. I want to mention that we have a website called www.recallthelamayor.com. When I say we, I mean the people. I'm not involved in this campaign. My only involvement is spreading the word everywhere I go and online. It's called www.recall, R-E-C-A-L-L, thelamayor.com. They have quite a bit of signatures, and the mayor has to respond very soon to this recall. I think he needs to be recalled because it's quite clear that the money that he's using, he's not using it for housing. Now, he's renamed shelters. We always hear the word shelters. He's called it now bridges. And so anywhere you see bridges, that's a homeless shelter, okay? Remember that. I want the people to remember that. That $1.2 billion this city got to build affordable housing, they're not building it. And matter of fact, O'Farrell asked for some more money. Don't give this council one dime Now, the sooner we get the mayor out of office, the sooner we can get some of these things done that we need to do, and the sooner we can get our people off the street, especially African Americans. And reparations for African Americans. I'm working on that.
Thank you. Let's bring up Mr. Previn, Eric Previn, items 1A through 1I, items 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 83, 84, 85, 89, 101, 102, 103, 105, and 109.
Thank you, sir. It's Eric Previn, and I know you pulled item 57 off the agenda today, so that's good news because it was the doubler, the two $80,000 Taste of Soul grants. Now, today you do have what amounts to approximately $750,000 on the agenda for a variety of little celebrations. You got $5,000 for Memorial Day, something like $10,000 for jazz over in $20K for Valley, a bunch of incredibly nice celebrations for a bunch of incumbents to preside in their districts, and I think there's something appropriate there. I also see 1269 S5, which is your opportunity to adjust the matching fund program, but Bonin hasn't made any announcement yet, but are we expecting the 11.5 fix on the lowering the threshold? That is, of course, in the right direction, but it's not enough. And as we saw out in CD 12, just 4 people took almost $900,000 in public money. That's not what the public really wants, sir. There were 20 people in the pack. So again, get rid of that threshold. Throw it back, get rid of that threshold, and then Wayne Williams and all the people can come into sync with the public who don't want fundraisers out there banking public money to squeeze out ordinary folks who run for office. And point out things like the fact that ACOM Hotel, ACOM, sir, these are the folks who run LAX with Bonin. These are the folks who got the county jail project over at the county. Over at Metro, they got a nice big juicy deal. And they've got multiple other juicy deals all over town. So when they covered the mayor's inauguration, great. But here we are giving them what looks like a $17 million, John Wickham slinking around, $17 million tax TOT back when they build a little hotel, 3 stars. We can't even get 5 stars, sir. 250 units. This is not what the public expects. This looks very, very bad to folks like me. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, they're a nice firm, but it's outrageous. Now, in addition to all of that, you've got about $23 million. I can't understand it. Krikorian's doing something a little different. He's moving the liability money around. These look like some of these cases have been approved already. I don't know if all of them have. It's about moving money around, and that always makes me nervous, especially in the liability space, because you have a stack of retaliation lawsuits that we don't fix. We just keep settling. Like, for example, the one yesterday where that gal on the 911 operator call, somebody turned her in for talking to the shrink. It sounds like something that should be resolved by leadership, not a big fancy lawsuit. I don't know, sir. Unbelievable. Dignity Health is popping in $165,000 for a APRU. That's the good idea, but they're not doing it because they love us so much, sir. They're doing it so they can jack up the prices and charge folk to get them moved around in their ambulances, and that's really a little unfair. And I will just say that by adjusting the commission of the bicyclists so that you're doubling the number of commissioners, that gives all the incumbents an opportunity to double the influence of folk who are going to go out and campaign for them. So again, totally weird to do that because you don't need so many voices in that particular space. I'll give credit to Marquise Harris Dawson for going after his constituents for $11,000. Now he's going after them on liens the same size and scope as Mr. Weezar, the man who's got the biggest, richest district in the nation. And what can I tell you? I find it inappropriate. And I note you're taking $220,000.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, now the general public comment, obviously, right? The general public. Yeah, embrace LA, sir. That was your great idea to have people have dinner parties where you could run some campaign stuff. By the way, how's it going at the SD2? You made a lot of money. I got your notes about get it in by midnight. Nothing wrong with running for office, sir. But when you're doing all sorts of business down here at City Hall, running for county, it smells to high heaven, sir. And when you make people like us appear tiny, and when everybody else gets treated like something else, sir, out in the street, where Mayor Garcetti is now evidently fighting with the liberals, I heard on the radio, because they won't let him clean up City of LA. Wait a minute. Again, the blamers are doing the blaming, getting blamed. It's a whole circus. And thank you to Koretz, wherever he is slinking around, for the cruelty to animals item. That is important, and we do appreciate it. Now, there's 2 gorgeous land use items, one in Mr. Smith's district and one in your district. And by the way, sir, while you're running, great idea to get $500,000 out the door in tree trimming in your district. I bet that goes a long way to make people feel good and prune back. Speaking of which, in Studio City, we need a little Zevscaping. Our river has been... Mr. Krikorian's going to work on this because there's $150,000.
Thank you, Mr. Previn. Thank you. Okay, let's go with Mr. Herman. You have items 1A through 1I. Items 2.
Item 1I.
No, you have to wait till your name is called. So, Mr. Herman, I said items 2 through 18, items 83 through 89, 92 through 111. Okay, go ahead.
You said item 1, sir?
Yep.
Well, the significant portions that could be understood were item 19-0160/S23, item, for the record, 190160/S24, item 190160/S30, items of liens, the significant portion. How far is Dawson going to say? Yeah. This is what we're going to say to the council regarding the liens under the Department of Building and Safety. Those dirty liens, Mr. Garcetti, we talked about this morning at 8:30 a.m. And for the record, send the liens back to Israel along with the Department of Building and Safety. Let's give back to the dark garden the niggers and save America. I got a lien. All I'm trying to do is prevent other liens that go against people so they don't get evicted from their homes and end up like me, a white nigger. So let's go back to constitutional betterment. Violations of 1st and 5th and 14th Amendment under Article 2, Section of California regarding enforcement of unconstitutional liens against the public. Then on item 84, matching funds, as I would say, politely, fuck your funds. Because LAMC, to review the city's public matching funds, doesn't match city candidates. In addition to that, regarding bootleg cannabis, unlicensed, illegal enforcement of drugs, in which Kaiser and many other facilitators like our doctors have created an opioid epidemic. And now we have become a national disgrace, as you see in my sign regarding cunts, acronym for can't understand nigger this serious regarding cannabis. So, like always, and so true, why do we have to save America? Why do we have to go through this nonsense of illegal costs incurred through enforcement and actions against unlicensed?
Thank you, Mr. Herman. Let's give him his 1 minute for general public comment.
So the significant portion that I could understand of my rights was how far were the niggers going in Los Angeles? That's what I said to Eric Garcetti this morning, the nigger, at about 9:35 a.m. in room 333. Let's send the Jews and the ambassador back to Israel and put some fucking ammunition in our guns of the Second Amendment, 45, president, and let's just save fucking America from the disgrace of homelessness, HHH. Let's go back to the betterment of what we used to be, America, the strong, the proud, not the wetbacks mentioned by an earlier speaker like Jose Luis Huizar. Yeah, we intend to do our part, save our state, give us our rights. Brandenburg versus Ohio, U.S. 395-444, 1969, Fuck you, Herman
Thank you.
Wesson.
Thank you, Mr. Herman. Thank you. All right. Ryan, Reza, come on down. Sergeant, you see the gentleman in the center aisle? I don't know, this could be his first time or whatever. Find out what he needs, if he's properly signed in on the board, and then let me know so I can accommodate him. Ryan, you have items 1A through 1I, items 2 through 18, items 83 to 89, 91. Through 111, yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Good morning, council members. Good morning, Los Angeles. My name is Ryan Reza Farsai. I am the Lion of Judea. I'm here to speak on many items this morning. First, let's go and talk about these liens. Number one, again, the city needs to cover its debts with a bunch of liens, these minimal stuff, but you know, the purpose of government is to control the people and make money for their friends. So if you see a lot of these items this morning are what? Related to lawsuits, right? Mrs. Attorney, you paying off your friends or what? You're allocating a lot of funds? Let's look at it. Number 27. You're allocating $4 million to settle a lawsuit. Is that one of your friends? Huh?
Mr. President, item number 27 has already been considered.
Number 20.
So, Ryan, speak to the items that I gave you.
Number 31 is not up there, huh?
No, I gave you that. I gave you the items.
Let's go to number 17.
No, your last, you have 15, 16, and 18. Then you go to 83.
Okay. Let's move it up to 83. So again, the purpose of government is to control the people and make money for their friends. That's why my brothers of Jerusalem are doing here this morning. Let's not forget, let's always remember, they're the lawyers, the attorneys, the judges. Communication from the city attorney on ordinance of the first consideration relative to Article 97, Chapter 5, Los Angeles Municipal Court to revise the public matching funds of the city. This is a recommendation of the mayor. The mayor is making a lot of recommendations, but you know what he doesn't do? He doesn't help those homeless people. He's very good at taxing us and getting money for the homeless people, but I've yet to see him actually spend the money for the homeless people because the number of people that are homeless in Los Angeles keep compounding. That's what's happening in Los Angeles. Let's go to number 100. Rio Martinez and Krikorian, establishing the city's position regarding Assembly Ban AB 196 Gonzalez, which would increase paid family leave compensation. Again, so they're very good at spending our money. They've been doing it for a long time. And this is what they do. All these people up here, they don't have a chance. You don't have a chance, Mrs. Martinez.
On the item, on the items.
I'm on the item. Where's Mr. Koretz? Is he even here? He's not even here. He's got a lot of items this morning.
Give him his 1 minute.
Happy belated birthday to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, the longest running reign in the British monarchy history. Why is that? Because God does not want those princes to become kings. They're not faithful to their wives. They kill their ex-mistresses. They have a lot of children. And infidelity runs a long time in this monarchy, I could tell you. Happy birthday to my birth country in its 242nd year, turning 243 on 4th of July. Brothers and sisters of America, I'm here to provide for you and tell you that we're a corporation for the European kings, and we need to stop killing. Follow the commandments. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not covet my neighbor's property. I'm also going to tell Mr. Kawhi Leonard, the Los Angelian, I'm the spirit of Dr. Bus. We need you to join the Lakers, sir. Make that Los Angeles tattoo on your arm count. We want some championship.
Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Corey Smith. Do we have Corey Smith? Please come forward. Corey, you have items 2, 3, 4 through 18. Then you have 96, 98, 102, 103 in your general public comment. Yes.
All right. Hope you guys can hear me all right. Okay, so try to keep this short, not too long-winded. So 2 through 13, I vote no. In regards to 5, 6, 17, and 18, in regards to alcohol, and even though there's been a lot of slurring going on, I do say yes to this. 22, no. Number 28, to help victims, yes.
Corey, I gave you the items. Those are the items that you're eligible to speak to.
Which?
No, I gave you them, Corey. I told you could speak on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I kept going. You signed up for the items. You need to know which items you signed up for, and then other items. The public comment has already been satisfied, so you have to stay on the items that I told you you could speak to.
Yeah, the ones that I signed up for is what I was speaking to. But if you want me to stop, I can stop.
Then give him his general public comment.
No, it's okay. I don't need to speak. It's fine.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Sachs, 86, 89, 91, 95, 103, 83, 85.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, Arnold Ross Sachs. For the record, Arnold Ross Sachs. I held 86 to REAP account, and I'm wondering, Herbie, weren't you the chair of the housing committee?
No.
Back in 2000, the homeless committee in 2008. Weren't you the chair of that committee? Yeah,
No.
you were the chairperson. Wouldn't you know about lease revenue bonds and MICLA and even creating homeowners associations? That would have lifted the whole South LA communities up. You would have been able to upgrade them with city and county money if you had used your mind. I held 91. You know what happened though? You were too busy buying up those properties that went into foreclosure. You and the city council members were buying properties that went into foreclosure instead of actually doing some work on them and improving the communities. Just like you bought the lawn,
Mr. President, the speaker is not speaking to any of the agenda items.
Okay, Mr. Sachs, just stay on subject, that's all.
Circus, cats, and dogs and horses, but only if the animals come from a shelter, because that would address the problem you had on your agenda last week about the state's shelter problem. TAP, alternative to transit, try walking. That's an alternative to transit. And 103 is, well, actually 104 is that was taken over. Field of Dreams, unique technical and legal workload demands. And that was a motion brought by you and Mr. Harris Dawson's. You know, you ought to check with Mark Ridley Thomas in that word "and" in there. Is it inclusive or exclusive? I got tripped up by that word "and" over by the Board of Supervisors. But Mark Ridley Thomas knows about planning. He got his teeth cut on AEG. He made a bundle of money in planning. You know how much money he's got? He's got more money than Fort Knox. Holy cow. AEG was, and would this language have anything to do with like a gang injunction or maybe injustice, one or the other? Because, you know, this thug government that you're running is a little over the top. You ought to at least allow democracy and give people the opportunity to sit on all these items. Am I on my public comment?
Arnold, you got to stay on topic.
Oh,
man.
okay. So we had the woman's initiative. What you really ought to do with the woman's initiative is stop doing businesses with states that tax feminine products. That's injustice right there. Never mind the abortion point, taxing feminine products and
That
making
item
them pay
has
for
been
that.
referred back to committee. Why don't we give Mr. Sachs his general public comment?
Tomorrow's government today. That's the county's mantra. Just think of that for a second. Keep the people angry and you'll get them to listen to you, because you'll get them upset because nobody is doing anything. You know what you really need? You need a really good health care plan. Like LA Cares, they have like 200,000 people enrolled in LA Care. You know who's a part owner of LA Cares? Mark Ridley Thomas. $1,000 a head. $200 million a month he's clearing in LA Care funding. And none of it's going to the county, it's all going to his pocket. That's a lot of money. You could almost buy an army with that much money. You better be careful. It's all in the language. Just remember that. It's all in the language. Thank you.
Thank you. So before I call the next speaker, let's vote on a few items here. Let's vote on items 83, 86 through 90, 92 through 98. So if we could please open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
Now this vote on items 100 through 102, item 105, 107, 108, 110, and 111. Please open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
Thank you.
Mr. President, there's an amending motion for item 15. It's been circulated, and a substitute motion for item 109 has been circulated.
Okay, thank you. We'll get to that. I think I still have a card on that. Okay, Mr. Greenspan, you have items 1A through 1I, items 18, 84, and 85. Yes, sir.
Mike Greenspan, and still on that victory tour. The Gadflies won Measure Double E, kind of like the Gators kicking the Bruins' butt, as usual. Now, I have no use for the leans, none whatsoever. But kind of like that movie, Please Don't Eat the Daisies, please don't F-bomb the leans. I've got a nickname for them, and a quote that aptly describes the leans. It's a date with a Jewish girl. Comes from a quote. I once went out with a Jewish girl. She took my money and bit my dick.
No. Here, get on the item. Get on the item.
I'm on the lean. I have mentioned liens all along. I mean, John Walsh, rest in peace. If he owned property, he tried sex once and didn't like, would feel like he's been on a date with a Jewish girl. The lien would take his money
this is the
and bite his
last time
dick.
I'm going to tell you to make sure that you stay on item. You veer off again, and we'll go directly to your general public comment.
Okay. Now let's look at the liquor. My favorite item, the preacher pushing liquor, because I've got some stellar qualifications to talk about Herb Wesson, the preacher pushing liquor. I dropped out of Jewish Sunday school 3 times at 2 Scab Rabbi synagogues, so I can talk about a preacher pushing liquor any day of the week. Yes, good old Mr. Booze. There's Herb Wesson. I mean, he's the best Sunday Christian, but today's Tuesday, so he's on sabbatical and he's pushing more liquor. Mr. B-O-O-Z-E. Now, let's go to 84 and 85. And with 84 and 85, our city attorney. Was it prepared by my buddy, Streffen Fabel? Where's he been? Anyway, now we talk about the marijuana. One day I'm taking some trash out and I see these officers wearing helmets and everything else, and they were closing the dispensary next door. So, but as I say, we miss our buddy Streffen Fauble, and I hope he comes back as soon as he's out of the bin and works on these city attorney items. No offense on the one we've got, but hey, my brother was in private practice for 40 years, and I could tell we've got some real doozies out here, these cradle-to-grave unionized mouthpieces when they work on their city stuff. They just totally incompetent. What else can I say?
Stay on the item, Mr. Greenspan.
Okay, well, baby killers, I'll take my general public comment.
Let's go to his 1 minute for general public comment.
Sexual harassment has reared its ugly head again. Remember the $75,000 welfare check we gave Mitch Englander to settle a claim against his office? Give it back, Mitch Englander. Filthy Kike Richin gets a 5-figure welfare check. Melek Mitch, king of welfare. Now Englander's flunky John Lee is headed for an August 13th runoff against Lorraine Lundquist. This fills the remainder of the Council District 12 term of office, formerly of that Kike Englander. Supporting sexual harassment by enabling John Lee with a contribution to the campaign is Bert Bachman of Galpin Motors. Also, his wife Jane Bachman contributed separately to John Lee. This gives a Christian blessing to sexual harassment. Other Bachman family members and Galpin bigwigs have contributed to John Lee. Buy from Galpin and support sexual harassment. And let me tell you, Bruins, you suck. Anytime you want a good loss, come down to the swamp. Maybe I should say the chickens. Bawk, bawk, bawk! Bawk, bawk, bawk!
All right, let's get Antonio Ramirez, items 1A through 1I. Just hold on, Sharon. Items 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 18. All right, in fact, hold on 1 second. Yes, Madam Clerk.
Mr. President, there is a request to continue item 1H to July 30th, 2019, sir.
So ordered. Let's go.
I'm going to consolidate all of them at number one. What I'm requesting is that the safety department go and abate the nuisance in all the wetbacks and gangbangers who own the properties and remove all the properties that belong to wetbacks and gangbangers. So that is my demand. Pretty soon they're going to start massive deportations. We just need to send ICE and deport all the wetbacks and gangbangers who have homes in these in all these districts. And you said 8, right? Excuse me. Ordinance again, maintenance. We already know that the city of Los Angeles is in deplorable shambles. We have no maintenance. We have infrastructure decay. Again, nothing has been rectified. Damn city attorney Michael Fewer and the goddamn mayor Eric Garcetti have done nothing to maintain the city, much less remove the decay. All the city and the streets are falling apart. The cracks are just impossible to not see, and the city is, again, it's a stench. You've got a foul stench, you've got decay, you've got the city crumbling all over, and no one is fixing anything. You're going to put the lights and fix the lights. Why would you fix the lights before you fix a structure, is my question. The lights are going to fall out of their frame if you haven't fixed the structure, the streets yet. You need to fix the streets, you need to fix the decay, and then you can fix the lighting. But first, fix the structure of the entire city to hold the fucking lighting and the goddamn light bulb before it falls. And number 5, 6. And again, I don't understand. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had no improvements in the cities. All this is nothing more than Mickey Mouse notations. There is and has no improvement in the city. There has been no maintenance. Can you tell by the foul stench, the urine, the caca, the vomit, the typhus, the rats? We have had no maintenance. Where has the money gone? That's my question. Where's the money going? Where has it gone? Or is it paying off all the goddamn lawsuits? And it's you have no integrity, you have no ethics. How do you let the people walk or pass by or live, much less sleep on the streets like this? I don't get it. Don't you have any shame to see your own city that you represent, which is an extension of you, is falling around it's in shambles. It's decayed. It's disgusting. How do you put up with it? And you got your employees coming in here, and I feel sorry for a lot of the good employees too. They don't deserve to live or work in this area. It's
Stay on
disgusting.
lighting.
It's disgusting. Fuck the wetbacks and the gangbangers and all the other
criminals. Let's give her 1 minute for general public comment.
I fight for my life, liberty, justice, and the right to my property. God bless the 4th of July. Fuck the elitist, satanic, corrupted, evil Zionist, Jewish, political, pandering, un-American, unpatriotic pussies, pigs, thieves, and hypocrites, and non-Zionist, satanic, Masonic assholes. They stole my home. Yes, I had a home. They stole my inheritance, ruined my credit, canceled my bank account, and now retaliated against me by putting me on the streets homeless. I lost everything fighting for the fucking rule of law and fighting to restore public safety, which is what the city attorney, the fucking Michael Fuhr, the Jew boy, and Eric Garcetti, the fucking Jew, should have done in the first place. Then you haven't deported the fucking Latino gangbangers and the wetbacks. Again, what we are doing and we are asking is that you kill the motherfuckers. Kill the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, Adam Schiff, Eric Garcetti, City Attorney Michael Fuhr, Herb Wesson, Mark Ridley Thomas, Nancy Pelosi, and Gavin Newsom, her homie, her nephew. Again, this is what we need. Restore America.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Mr. Herman, please. It's your last warning. Okay. Okay, I want Mr. Spindler. You have items 1 through 1I, 2 through 18, and then I think you have 109.
That's right. So let's go through this very short agenda. 1, fuck number 1. 2, fuck number 2. 3, fuck number 3. 4, fuck number 4. 5, fuck number 5. I don't want to talk about that. 6, fuck number 6. 7, fuck number 7. 8, fuck number 8. 9, fuck number 9. 10, fuck number 10. 11, fuck number 11. 12, fuck number 12. 13, fuck number 13. 14, fuck number 14. 15, fuck number 15. 16, fuck number 16. 18, I don't want to fuck number 18. 50, fuck number 50. 79, fuck number 79.
Mr. President, those items have already been
Mr.
voted
Spindler,
on.
those aren't your numbers. You can go to 109 now.
I get that, motherfucker. Okay, yeah. 84, matching funds, fuck 84. 85, fuck 85. Now you got number 99. 99 reasons to leave LA. Yes, sir, fuck that. 103, I say fuck that one because
Mr.
that's
Spindler,
what
you have to speak on the items that you signed up for. In fact, Mr. Spindler's not cooperating. We'll give you your 1 minute for general. Give him his 1 minute for general public comment.
About this, I given you the fucking numbers. I'm playing the game, nigga, the way we got to play the game. 111 items in 90 seconds? Motherfucker, that's the fucking record. Give me a hand. I did it. Yeah, that's right. I got it done. And that's why I told Eric Garcetti that Herb Wesson's trying to rat out Eric Garcetti with his new lawyers. That's right, because he paid for them out of his own pocket to keep it from the Times. But I found out about it.
How did you find out about it?
Because I'm a nigga. That's why I found out about it. We all know in the ghetto what he doing. But you ain't going to beat Eric Garcetti. No, the last person that tried to beat Eric Garcetti, they still haven't found all his body parts in the desert over there in Orlando. So, that's it. So I did it. I defeated you, Nuri Martinez, for the presidency of the county.
Thank you, Mr. Spindler. Your time has expired. We have Miss Sherritt. Svetlana Sherritt. All right, that ends multi-public comment. Let's, at this point, look at voting on items 2 through 13. 2 through 13, please open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
Thirteen ayes.
That's a first. Okay, now let's go to items. The clerk just said, hang on a second. Anyway, so now let's go to item 18. Are we good? All right, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Thank you. Now we can go to item 109.
Mr. President,
Madam Clerk, that's been amended, I believe. So two votes on this item?
Yes, it's a substitute, so the first vote is to substitute, sir.
Okay, let's vote on the substitution. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Now this actually vote on the issue itself. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Thank you. We're going to do item 91, and I have a Leslie McCabe. Leslie, are you here? Please come up to the center aisle on item 91, Leslie. Yes, ma'am, welcome.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Leslie McCabe with Animal Defenders International and our thousands of California members in support of item 91 to voice the city's support for the California Circus Cruelty Prevention Act, a state bill by Senator Ben Hueso to ban circus animal acts. With thanks to the Council for your consideration, ADI proudly supports SB 313, which already passed the Senate 34-0 and is now moving through the Assembly. We have provided you by writing extensive we've provided you extensive data demonstrating that circus animal acts are inherently inhumane and unsafe. Prevailing science makes clear these animals cannot tolerate the business model. One comprehensive study we sent you of the latest science and the industry worldwide concluded that for circus animals this is no life worth living, and raised concerns that we know little to nothing about how many animals are sourced, bred, traded, how they die, or what happens once they're no longer used. Society is changing.
Thank you. Your time has expired. Thank you, Ms. McCabe. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Let's also vote on item 99. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Let's, at this point, Madam Clerk, if we could vote on items 103 and 106. You please open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Mr. Harris Dawson.
Number 103, urgent forthwith.
Okay, on item 103, the request has been made to send this urgent forthwith. Let's vote. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay. Do we have a Mr. Diamond? We're on item 1I, Mr. Diamond.
Yes.
please come forward.
I was just talking to staff, and they indicated they would be putting this off till August 30th. We're just speaking to the gentleman right there.
Oh, let me just... Oh, okay, I got the, okay. So on that item, we will continue it till
August 30th.
August 30th?
Yes.
So that's 60 days. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, that was one aye.
I know,
Okay.
so that was one aye.
Okay.
I think we can vote on the remaining items that are under item 1. So let's vote on what's left. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, now we're going to move to item 14. Misty, do we have a Misty? A Watsu? And Tom Wilson, please come forward. Yes, ma'am, the floor is yours.
Hi, I'm Misty Awatsu. I'm the Executive Director of the North Figueroa Association. I would like to thank the City Council for hearing me today, and I would especially like to thank Councilman Gil Cedillo and his staff, like Bill Cody, for helping with establishing the Highland Park Business Improvement District. We would like your continued support in improving Highland Park by keeping North Figueroa clean and safe.
Thank you. So, Tom, welcome.
Thank you. My name is Tom Wilson, and I'm the president of the volunteer board of the NFA, the North Figueroa Association. When I bought my properties on North Figueroa in 1971, it was a very clean and nice area, but when this thing was, NFA was formed, the streets were poorly maintained, the crime was high. But now, thanks to Councilman Gil Cedillo, thanks to the LAPD and the NFA, the streets are swept every day, the gang tags are removed every day, and we have a security patrol. So if you'll go up to North Figueroa, you'll find it's now an exciting place with a lot of new businesses, and we would like it to stay that way. So we urge for your vote in favor of the continuation of the NFA. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming down. Let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Ms. Franklin, come on down for item 85. So why don't we do them both, Ms. Franklin? Why don't we do 85? Then you can also get a minute on 16, I believe it is.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you, Cherie Franklin. Right now, I'm with Go Verde Incubator, Cannabis of Los Angeles. I just want to say regarding enforcement, we really would need council support in helping the Phase 2 applicants. Yesterday was a deadline for submitting documents, but there was a little confusion on how they would do that. They also need support getting through building and safety, and as you know, it's over $1 million to build out a cannabis-related cultivation site or a manufacturing site, so that takes time. Even in the city of Los Angeles, for a CUP, for a liquor license, you get at least 2 years. We've been given a notice of 2 months to comply, get through building and safety by the end of the year. It's just not feasible, and I say that because you're working on enforcement of illegal operators. One of the reasons that they haven't come into the market is because they don't have resources. If we then abandon the applicants who have been working very hard to get through the process, then it's just going to exacerbate the problem. The other issue is that many of the people who may have gotten through the process already were not necessarily social equity people, maybe tier 3. We'd like to see what that is, but your social equity applicants need support, and they don't need artificial timelines to prevent them from moving through the process. That would only add to the illegal market, and you have hundreds of thousands of square feet of people working through it now. To cut them off for an administrative review of a process that really requires an understanding would not be fair.
You need to speak to your other item as well, so you have 14 seconds.
Oh my God, I have 2 together. together, I'm sorry. Support the Leimert Park Village Business Improvement District. I'm the business manager. I'm one of your consultants that forms BIDs here in the city of Los Angeles. Leimert Park needs you. We need to get the trash off the street. We've been down for a year, and we really, really do need your support. And thank you, Council Office, for your support.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to vote on these two items. So that was 85 and 16. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Ms. Rodriguez.
I was on item 85, sorry.
I didn't.
85? 85?
We
But
just-
I was, yeah, I know. Sorry, I wanted to.
Oh, I was a little stuff going around and I didn't hear that. So let's do reconsideration on item 85. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Go ahead, Ms. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, colleagues. And I know this is another tool in our toolbox in combating the illegal cannabis operators. But the reality is that we've had a proliferation of illegal operators that are undercutting the taxes, undercutting the legal process. And it doesn't, just because it might be a little bit of a lengthier process to get a license, it doesn't provide you the green light to operate illegally in our communities. And so I want to thank you all for your work to assure that, and my colleagues, Mr. Harris Dawson and all of my colleagues that have been frustrated by the proliferation of illegal operators that are creating havoc in our neighborhoods. The reality is that we must create additional resources that are thoughtful, that are timely, to help assure that we create an environment in our neighborhoods that is safe, that isn't engaged in illicit activity. And we have continued to be deploying additional police resources at a significant cost. This ordinance is going to assure that we get full cost recovery for all of the city resources that are being deployed in order to combat the illegal operations in our communities. And I want to thank my colleagues for their continued support. I want to thank the Office of the City Attorney for helping to write this ordinance and help provide a more timely and cost-effective method of us assuring that we are being thoughtful with our city resources, that we are not expending resources that illegal operators are requiring of us, and then still not providing the tax resources that afford us the opportunity to recover these costs. Also, thanks to the Department of Cannabis Regulation for their support and LAPD. These are no-nonsense solutions to help assure that we create thoughtful processes that everyone follows in the city of Los Angeles, and property owners are not going to be allowed to to continue to harbor these illegal activities in their areas without repercussions. So thank you all for your support.
Thank you. Now let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, let's go to 84. We're going to bring up public comment at this point. Jackie Anoe, Michelle Sutter, Sean McMorris, Rob Kwan, Roman Padajon. Please come up. The sooner you get up, the more I'll have an opportunity to get to. I want to try to get to everybody. So anyway, identify yourself and.
Thank you, Council President Wesson, for scheduling this item, and for Council Members Bonin and Koretz's leadership on this really important issue. Oh, thank you. This amendment that Bonin has been pushing for is super, super important, not only for making it easier for people to utilize small donations and to make our democracy more accessible, but it would also really change the public perception of the corruption in LA City. A lot of people really assume that we're out here pushing really progressive and transformative policies, and we don't really see the effects of that. So making sure this ordinance with the amendment passes would have the support of 60 local, state, and national organizations and make democracy just more accessible, especially to women in general. Thank you so much for hearing this item.
Next speaker, please come forward and identify yourself.
Good morning. I'm Michelle Sutter. I'm the director of MOVI, Money Out, Voters In. I'm also a constituent of the author of this motion, and I thank Councilmember Bonin for recognizing the need to lower the qualifying threshold for public matching funds, especially in light of the fact that the maximum donation has been lowered. And it would be in absolute contravention of the intent of increasing the matching funds if it were to shut out what turns out to be, according to the studies, largely women and certainly grassroots candidates. We appreciate that the council is going to vote on this morning, and we look forward to working with you on the other campaign finance reform measures. Thank you so much.
Next speaker.
Hello, Sean McMorris, chapter leader, represent us, Los Angeles San Gabriel Valley chapter. Our chapter supports the Bonin amendment. We thank Councilmember Bonin and Koretz for bringing it forward, and Mr. Wesson for agendizing it. This amendment is needed to ensure that the very important reforms, campaign finance reforms that were passed earlier this year, are meaningful. Inadvertently, the council, when they passed these without lowering the matching threshold, actually made it more difficult for candidates to qualify for the matching funds program. So this will remedy that issue and ensure that these very important amendments that were already passed will work as they were meant to. And thank you again for bringing this forward, and it is our hope that you'll pass it today.
Okay, thank you. And before the next speaker, if I call your name, please come get in line. David Burke, Wayne Williams, Catherine, Brad Davies, Carolina Goodman. Yes, sir.
Hi, good morning, Council. Firstly, I would like to thank Council members Bonin and
Your
Cortez.
name?
My name is Roman Parajan. I'm an intern with the California Clean Money Campaign. I would like to thank Council members Bonin and Cortez for their leadership and action on this issue, and also thank President Wesson for scheduling this item. I'm asking that the Council votes yes on the issue, as LA's current high threshold serves as a barrier to candidates running for office and would hurt the participation of the matching funds program. I would also like to stress the importance of passing this amendment, as it would increase the diversity of voices able to run for office and would increase the competition of our elections. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kwan.
I want to thank Council members Bonin and Koretz for appreciating the importance of this issue, and also thank Council President Wesson for scheduling this item and holding the door open on this issue back in December. Our charter outlines the purposes of our matching funds program. Most importantly, quote, to reduce excessive fundraising advantage of incumbents and thus encourage competition for elective office. That's exactly what this amendment does. In the CD12 special election, we can see the importance of this amendment, with all but one candidate receiving their first matching funds payment 3 weeks before Election Day or less. Yet we can also see something remarkable when it comes to our December reforms. The recent CD12 special election saw a 27.6% turnout. It may not seem like much, but it's higher than the turnout for our last mayoral election or any election in this city since 2005. In fact, that's higher than any non-mayoral election since 1985. Matching funds don't just help our officials talk to voters instead of donors. They get out the vote and encourage candidates.
Thank you. Next speaker, please identify yourself.
Hi, I'm David Burke, representing Citizens Take Action, and I wanted to speak and urge you to vote yes in favor of revising the matching funds program. Both provisions lowering the qualifying threshold for candidates and instituting a debate and town hall requirement so that candidates are more accountable to the public. Our country was founded on the idea of government of, by, and for the people, and strengthening the matching funds program will help fulfill that promise by increasing both the diversity of ideas and of candidates in our local elections. So I strongly urge you to vote yes on strengthening the program. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, identify.
My name is Wayne Williams with the California Clean Money Campaign, asking you to vote yes to revise the city's matching fund program so that candidates can qualify with the same number of minimum contributions that existed in the original program. The ordinance will also require matching funds candidates to participate in a debate and other candidates to qualify for the funds, and would allow them to conduct a town hall if no other candidates agree to do a debate. I want to thank Councilmember Bonin and Koretz for their leadership on this issue, and thank you, Council President Wesson, for scheduling this item. Passage sets the qualifying threshold more in line with other municipalities with 6-to-1 matching fund systems. That's why nearly 60 local, state, and national organizations have signed on in support of this lower threshold, as it allows for more candidate diversity. Ethics Commission projections show this will result in continued viability for the trust fund well past the 2030 election. Please vote yes. Thank you.
Thank you. And before the next speaker, if I could get Barry. Barry, you still here? Barry, you come on up. Eugene Pesakov, and is it Kayana? And yeah, Kayana. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm Brad Davies. I'm with Money Out Voters In. We're an organization that works to get the obscene monies, corporate money out of elections and to register voters. And of course, I would like to thank Councilman Koretz and Bonin for tweaking this item and improving it. But we've been working on this for a few years. Let's get this done. City of New York did this over 10 years ago. They found as soon as they had accomplished that, public funds, donations to the candidates was less than 10%. Now it's almost 60%. So this is a real positive thing for democracy, and I think it needs to be supported. Let's get it done. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please identify yourself.
Good morning. My name is Catherine Carpio. I'm a field organizer with California Clean Money Campaign. First, I wanted to thank Council Members Bonin and Koretz for their leadership on this issue. Thank you, Council President Wesson, for scheduling this item. I have to ask the Council to vote yes to revise the city's matching funds program so that candidates can qualify with the same number of minimum contributions that existed in the original program. Council Member Bonin's amendment will allow candidates to focus on speaking to constituents rather than fundraising, which helps emphasize the voice of all minority communities that represent Los Angeles. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Good morning. Carolina Goodman with the League of Women Voters of Los Angeles. This ordinance ensures that Los Angeles City has a model matching funds program that will inspire local governments across the country. We urge you to adopt this ordinance not only because it empowers small donors and grassroots candidates, it's certain to pave the way for more gender balance in city government. We also greatly appreciate strengthening the debate requirement, which will help to create a more informed electorate. All these reforms are in the interest of making democracy work. We look forward to continued collaboration with you on ways to hold our elected officials accountable to the people who elect them, rather than big money influence. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Barry, before you speak, Xerxes Badaha, Olivia Powell, Jane Hirsch, Katie Phillips. Yes, Mr. Levine.
Hi, my name is Barry Levine. I'm a board member of the South Robertson Neighborhoods Council, although I come to address you today as a proud private citizen of the city of Los Angeles. Today you have an opportunity to make a small step towards removing the corruption of money in the political process, and I urge you to support the city's matching funds program revisement to lower the threshold. And I appreciate your council president hearing this issue, and I certainly appreciate Councilman Bonin and Councilman Koretz in bringing this issue to bear. So please vote yes on this and all future resolutions brought before this board to reduce the corruption of money in the political process. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Please identify yourself.
Yes. My name is Eugene,
and I represent several organizations, and I am here also in support of AB 84, or item 84, excuse me, but you know, there are all the reasons in the world to vote in favor of it, and you know, rather than speaking on them, I just kind of wanted to first address the fact that something I've observed, which is, you know, a lot of people have gone up here and have spoken on numerous issues, and I just wanted to say it doesn't seem like there's a lot of respect that is given to the people who have gone up here and spoken, excuse me, on the various issues. It seems like a lot of people have had their heads down. Representative Koretz has been reading a paper. You know, people have been on their cell phones. Other people haven't even been here at all. So I think if people want to ask themselves why a lot of people don't trust the government and don't feel like you guys are representing them, I think here is the ultimate display of why people don't feel like you are out there fighting for them.
Thank you. Next speaker. No, your time is expired. Everybody gets the same amount of time. Next speaker. Next speaker. Sir, next speaker. Everybody gets 1 minute. Yes.
Good morning. My name is Kiana Asamanfar. I'm here on behalf of California Common Cause. Common Cause has long advocated for a matching funds program in the city of LA that would lower the barriers for grassroots candidates to run campaigns for office and elect candidates that reflect the diversity and interests of every jurisdiction. Today's ordinance would further advance these goals and would go hand in hand with the landmark reforms to our matching funds program that were approved by council last year. This ordinance is also supported by 60 local, statewide, and national organizations. Without this measure, candidates, specifically female candidates, would have a significantly difficult time qualifying for matching funds based on previous election data. And here in the city of LA, we really want to do everything we can to support female candidates in their bid for local office. I'd also like to highlight that today's measure also includes an important change in that it would prioritize debate participation over town hall participation. And thanks to Council Members Bonin and Koretz, as well as President Wesson, for bringing this issue up. Thank you.
Yes, next speaker.
Good morning. My name is Xerxes Bada. I am an intern with California Common Cause and a UCLA student, so a constituent of Councilmember Koretz. I just wanted to thank Council Members Bonin and Koretz for their leadership on this issue and Council President Wesson for scheduling this item. I would like to urge this council to vote yes on this item. This amendment helps candidates be more responsive to their voters. It helps candidates access funds that can increase their ability to run grassroots campaigns and reflect the democracy that we hope to see in our city. I would like to urge you again to vote yes on this issue. Thank you.
Yes, please come forward, identify. In fact, before you speak, if I could get Anastasia Kassar and Ty Rush, please. Yes.
Okay. Hi, my name is Olivia Powell, and I'm also an intern with California Common Cause. I want to urge you to vote yes today to revise the city's matching fund program, and I want to thank Council Members Bonin and Koretz for their leadership on this issue. I think that you should vote yes today because currently candidates still have to raise anywhere from 76% to 134% higher amounts of contributions in order to qualify for matching funds, which undermines the impact of last year's land rec reforms. So I would urge you, in order to increase the diversity of voices in our election, to please vote yes today. Thank you.
Yes, identify yourself.
I'm Jane Hirsch. I'm a member of Common Cause and Unrig LA. And I'd like to say it was very nice to hear the voice of a woman on the council. And one of the reasons that I support this action today is we need to have more women in government. We're below the top 10 most populous cities in representation of women. And we need their voices and we need their thoughts. And as a constituent, I'd like to thank Councilmember Bonin for his leadership. And one more thing, your multi and public comment speakers, I wonder if they could be scheduled last.
Yes, identify yourself.
Hi, I'm Katie Phillips. I'm here with Common Cause, and I am also a resident of Echo Park. I'm going to read a statement from our executive director, Ray Lopez Calderon, who couldn't make it here today. He says, "Our city government should be of, by, and for Angelenos, not for wealthy special interests. The reforms proposed today will take us in that direction. A lower qualifying threshold, coupled with the higher matching rate that went into effect in January, will reduce barriers for grassroots candidates to run for office and incentivize our future City Council to stay close to their constituents. However, increasing the influence of small donors is not enough to restore balance to our election system. The City Council must also limit the influence of real estate developers and other special interest donors. Only then will we pave the way for a government that is accountable to everyday Angelenos. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Identify yourself.
Hi, I'm Ty Rush. I'm also with Common Cause, and I'm a resident in Council Member Koretz's district, where I'm also a PhD candidate at UCLA. I'm speaking on behalf of a yes vote for item 84, the matching funds, and we've heard public comment about a number of the fixes that this would do, but above all else, it helps encourage female candidates to run and to win during a time when female candidates are running and winning at higher rates across the nation too. So I just like to encourage a yes vote on this. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Bonin.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will be very brief. I want to thank everybody who came down today to testify on behalf of this opportunity to make our public matching funds program a little more robust and a little bit more effective. It is not the profound structural change I think some of us want, but it is a significant improvement that will open up the doors to grassroots democracy. I hope among the group that we've seen today that there are future council members and future state legislators, and I hope this will help make that happen. Between Citizens United and its impact on campaign finance, between attempts around the country to disenfranchise millions of voters, and between the various attempts to strip people of their civil rights from various groups in various places around the country, there is a stranglehold on democracy, and democracy is beginning to die. This will not take the fingers off the throats of democracy, but it will loosen the grip a bit, and it's an important step to take. I want to thank Mr. Koretz for co-sponsoring, Mr. Wesson for helping shepherd this through, and look forward to an aye vote. Thank you.
Okay, let's prepare to vote. Madam Clerk, open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes, 1 no.
Okay, Madam Clerk, let's go ahead and move on to item 15. We have a couple of speaker cards.
Madam President, for the record, since the ordinance for item 4 was not adopted unanimously, it will be carried over until July 30th.
Very well, without objection.
Yes, that was 84. That was just for the record.
All right, let's move on to item 15 then. First speaker is Jacqueline Bernstein. Are you here? Come on up for item 15. Aida Lacio. Are you here? If I call your name, please come up. If I haven't called your name yet, please. Aida? Okay. Kyra? Okay, come on up. Ronald Clary? Okay. Go ahead. Speaking on item number 15.
Okay, good morning, Council President, Council members. Thank you, Councilman Bob Blumenfield. This is my first time being here, so I'm actually quite honored to have a moment of your time. I, as well as all the people standing here with me, are here just to clarify in support of item 15 and the historic Old Town Canoga Park Business Improvement District. As a businesswoman, as an artist, as a community member, and most importantly, I think as a parent, I want to speak about the Canoga Park Improvement Association and how it provides really vibrant and vital services, activities, and events that make this community wonderful. We have created the beautiful art walk that is in its 7th year, the Dia de los Muertos festival that brings thousands of people out to the community, and so many other things, including the farmers market, which brings organic fresh produce to the community. I could go on, but it is a wonderful organization, and we appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Aida Lacio. Thank you so much for your time. As a stakeholder of Canoga Park, I am here to represent my community. I do feel that the best way of speaking for my community is seeing what has been done to my community. And the Old Town Historic Canoga Park Business Improvement District has done amazingly quite a beautiful job over the past 18 years. I can tell you that as a mom, I feel safe walking with my kids around Canoga Park. Canoga Park has never looked more beautiful than now, and I am here to ask for your support and for item 15 to be renewed for the bid. We are very excited to be here, and really thank you so much for giving us the opportunity. Like I say, I am here speaking for my community. I know what needs to be done in the community, and everything starts from the heart. I love my community, and that's what I'm here for. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Next speaker. Good morning.
Hi, I'm Kyra Edrington, and I'm here to vote. I'm asking for your vote in support of us having the renewal for the bid. I'm short. I'm a councilman for Canoga Park, a neighborhood councilman. I've seen the immense improvement for the community and for the people having extra representation to help. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next speaker.
Hello, I'm Ronald Clary. I have been a business person in Canoga Park since 1991. I know the before and I know the after. And the Business Improvement District has made an immense difference as far as cleanliness and also as far as community morale. I feel much better and more secure in that area. In addition to the help of good government support, such as our council member Blumenfield, we also have an excellent neighborhood council to which I belong, but the Business Improvement District has been an important piece, adding the business community into the partnership to building a better Canoga Park. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That concludes speakers on this item. Mr. Blumenfield.
I just wanted to thank all the folks who made the trip from Canoga Park coming down here to talk about this bid. I know it's a long drive. It's an hour and a half to get here, and the bid has done incredible work in our community. Ron, you were exactly right, pointing out the before and after. It is so visible, and the bid does such important work that I am really hoping we can continue it. I'm certainly 100% behind that, as you know, and work closely with you. It's not actually up to our council at the moment. It's going to be up to the property owners are put their votes in, and that closes today. And my sincere hope is that the property owners will vote to extend the bid. And if they do, then tomorrow it comes to council, and I get to urge my colleagues to adopt that, which is what I sincerely hope happens. And I really appreciate you coming out, speaking in favor of the bid, because it really, especially these days, is incredibly important to keeping our community safe and clean and vibrant. We're doing so much. Canoga Park Arts Hub, we're investing $10 million of city money, and it all needs to work together with the bid and everything else. So thank you for coming down here, and I'm crossing my fingers on the bid. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Blumenfield. We're prepared to vote on this item. Let's go ahead and open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
13 ayes.
Item passes. Let's move on to item number 16. Let's go ahead and vote on reconsideration of that item, Madam Clerk. Let's vote on reconsideration. Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, that item is now before us, members. I have a couple of cards on this item. Abram Farley, are you here? Come on up for item number 16. Followed by Adam Feiner, and Reverend Mello Desire. Good morning. You're speaking on item number 16.
Yes, my name is Abram Farley Jr. from Africatown Coalition.
speaking on behalf of Leimert Park, which is called Africa Town. I was one of the cleanup in Africa Town. Don't have a contract, so we asking yes on the vote for others probably three districts. Africa Town, Leimert Park is one of them, so we're asking yes on that. And we have the property owners and everybody that we need this cleanup and people in our community to be the cleanup people, not outside sources when we get people on their contract. So we just want people, we got organized in 3 different groups in our community right there in Leimert Park, Africa Town. So we got people already ready. So say Africa Town.
Okay, next speaker, Adam. Whichever is ready, you can come up. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Leimert Park is very historical. It's probably the last historical black-owned business there. And not only did you insult us by putting the gate around it, but you have people like Adrian Dove, who is the founder of Kingdom Day Parade, who is at risk of losing a property. So I would like for the advocacy for African Americans, natives, especially in South LA, to have their voice. And one of our brothers just spoke here, that's part of the cleaning crew. Half of you didn't even look at him when he was talking about having resources to clean up Leimert Park. We're not in Beverly Hills and we're not in Pasadena. We don't go to your neighborhoods and throw trash around and defund you. So if we come to speak on items that concerns black people, we need at least listening ears and advocacy and funding going. So Herb Wesson, please do your job and fund Leimert Park the way it should be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker. Adam Fiener, are you here? Adam is not here. Okay, that concludes speakers on item number 16. Let's go ahead and take up that item, Madam Clerk. Let's open the roll. Close the roll and tabulate the votes.
13 ayes.
Let's move on to item number 50. There is no cards on this item, so let's go ahead and vote on this item as amended. There are no cards on this item, sir. And public comment was satisfied, Mr. Previn. Thank you. Let's go ahead and vote on this item as amended, Madam Clerk. Let's open the roll. Close the roll and tabulate the votes.
13 ayes.
Let's move on to item 79. Okay, there are no cards on item 79. That also public comment was satisfied on this item as well. Let's go ahead and open the roll. Close the roll. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Weezar.
50 forthwith, urgent forthwith on behalf of Mr. Harris Dawson.
Okay, let's do that after we vote on item number 79, because that's before us now. Let's go ahead and open the roll on item 79. Close the roll and tabulate the votes.
12 ayes, 1 no.
Thank you. Now we can go ahead and vote on item 50, urgent forthwith from Mr. Harris Dawson. Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on to general public comment, Madam Clerk. If I call your name, please come up to the podium. Lydia Ponce, are you here? Come on up. Judith Powell. Stephen Martin. And Ty Rush. Good morning.
Good
You
morning.
have 1 minute of general public comment. Go ahead.
I also have a minute on the agenda item 81.
We already voted on that item, ma'am.
81? Okay, well,
Yeah, and public hearing was already satisfied for that item, so you've got 1 minute of general public comment.
can I get my minute back?
Yes, reinstate her minute. We had to clarify that.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead. Go ahead.
Good morning, almost afternoon. Lydia Ponce. I would ask that the council review the remainder of 2019 for the neighborhood councils, that they are truly authentic and intersectional and are truly representational of the neighborhoods. And I'm asking that you look to rent control and the lack of enforcement and resulting in the homelessness crisis that we see. Please consider a moratorium in raising rents on the 3 months of January, February, March. The investigation, review, and challenge for HACLA and HCID mailing surveys and their poor results in the return from renters. And lastly, the votes yes were contradictory to the climate emergency mobilization ordinance that we just passed and funded at $1 million with this budget plan. A vote no would have been in keeping and true to a healthy future for Los Angeles. I'd like to put that on the record. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker.
Yes, Judith Powell. I'm a member of Elephant Guardians of Los Angeles. 8 months ago, this council voted to appoint an independent veterinary panel to evaluate the health of Billy the elephant at the Los Angeles Zoo. Since that time, absolutely nothing has been scheduled. A panel was selected, it was revised somewhat, selected again, and still there is nothing scheduled. We don't understand the reason for the delay. I think the public has a right to know what the reason is, unless it's an election and voting. We have no other reason for this delay. When is this going to be scheduled? Secondly, there simply can be no argument for anyone who cares about any animal to argue that Billy should stay in less than an acre of land divided into 4, 3.6 divided into 4, rather than 15 acres that have been offered to him at Performing Animal Welfare Act up in Northern California, which you're welcome to visit to see the kind of acreage he would be supplied with and provided with. Please, please schedule this evaluation
Thank you very much.
And get him to a sanctuary.
Thank you. Next speaker is Steve Martin, followed by Ty Rush. Britt Lynn, are you here? Britt Lynn, you're next. And Kristen Cluster. Good morning, go ahead.
Good morning, thank you, Madam President. I come here as a community organizer representing my neighbors, John and Jessica. Jessica is pregnant with their second child, and they have a 1-year-old, a toddler as well. Currently, John has just lost his job, and they looked to me for help, and I recommended them to city, state, and public resources, all of which were denied. And I'm very concerned that they are going to end up out on the street. As a health organizer as well, I'm concerned about the health and welfare of the child that she is carrying at the moment. When she went to the council district for the first district to find help, she found fecklessness and no money to help save them from ending up homeless. I hope that the women in this body hear me today and offer some assistance, because I do not want to see my friends end up out on the street while they are trying to build a family inside of Los Angeles. This should not be a place where people go homeless, and that Los Angelinos are not born into homelessness. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ty Rush? Is anybody here with that name? Ty Rush? Not here. Britt Lynn, followed by Kristen Cluster and Teresa Flanagan. Good morning.
My name is Britt Lind. Councilman Rue has proposed that when Billy finally does get his medical examination, that only zoo personnel be allowed to be there. Only the vested monetary interests of the zoo should be allowed to interact with the medical team and be a part of the process. Rue does not want Billy's advocates to be there at the medical examination. Rue does not even want us to know the names of the members of the medical team. This is shockingly unfair, egregious, and horribly biased to the point of stinking to high heaven of collusion. The city council needs to make sure that Rue and the zoo do not get their way in this, and that Billy's advocates are also a part of the examination process. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker is Kristen Cluster, followed by Teresa Flanagan and Joanna Aguilar.
Good morning. My name is Kirsten Cluster. I'm the co-founder of Elephant Guardians of Los Angeles, and I'm here today on behalf of Billy the elephant, who has been held in the LA Zoo for almost 30 years. First, I want to thank all of you for your service to the city of Los Angeles. You have devoted your lives to serving this community, and I know we are facing incredible challenges, from homelessness to the global climate crisis. I honor all of you for facing those issues every single day. In the midst of all this that is going on, we have been given the opportunity to right a wrong that was committed against an individual who is being held in our city. While we can't give back what we stole from Billy almost 30 years ago, his family, his freedom, his home, we can give him the best possible life we have to offer. Please let him go to sanctuary where he will have more space, privacy, peace, and quiet, and can live a little bit more like an elephant. During your summer recess, I hope you take some time to look into your hearts and please consider
Thank you
Billy.
very much. Next speaker is Teresa Flanagan, followed by Joanna Aguilar and April Papili. April, are you here? Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Teresa. How do you define tragedy? It's when you see car crash victims on the 5 o'clock news. It's when you see homeless on the streets. What about a family loses its ability to sustain itself? Does that break your heart? The oil and gas industry has been represented as an evil empire during the recent hearing regarding the upcoming vote on the 2,500-foot oil and gas well drilling setback. But the everyday moms and dads who depend on that career to feed their family are the part of this conversation. Please remember them when you vote. Vote no on the 2,500-foot setback. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good morning, I'm Joanna Aguilera. Have you ever imagined what it would be like if your boss came to you and told you that you were being replaced by a college intern? Would you feel hurt, confused? I bet one of these questions would have is, what did you do to deserve this? You see, a 2,500-foot setback on oil and gas will lead to the loss of hundreds and thousands of jobs across California, including about 1 million in LA County. And those jobs will disappear permanently from the traditional energy industry and go to research students. We know the future of energy involves renewables, but we believe in smooth transitions. Vote no on the 2,500 feet setback. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next speaker is April. Hold on for just a second. Let me call a couple of more speakers. Alberto Traloc, are you here? Alberto? Alberto's not here. Brenda Martinez? Brenda, you please come on up. Hortensia Hernandez? And Joyce Williams? Go ahead, April.
Hi, my name is April Papili, and last week, Councilman Buscaino championed a motion to protect industry within his district. He was supported by hundreds within the Ferraro Room and tens of thousands back in his district who were themselves hard at work that day. The vote was 12 yeses. City Council unanimously voted to protect jobs within his district, many of which are traditional energy jobs. When you have a vote of 2,500-foot oil and gas well setback, I sincerely hope you remember that day that you fought alongside Buscaino and voted to safeguard those very jobs. Remember, you were voting for the very jobs I'm speaking about on behalf of today. Vote no on the 2,500 oil and gas setback. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is Alberto here? Alberto's not here. Let's move on to Brenda Martinez. Are you here? Yes. Followed by Joyce Williams. I'm sorry, Brenda Martinez, Hortensia Hernandez, and Joyce Williams.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Brenda, and I'm a resident of Boyle Heights. I'm here with another group of people, also residents from Boyle Heights. We are here today to ask for your support. We have tried to address Mr. Wizard with no avail. And we would like for you guys to review, there's been an approval in the building to build a 5G Verizon tower in a community garden. That will be our green zone in the community of Boyle Heights. Everyone knows how polluted it is and how much we need that space. It is a community space. It provides a safe and healthy space for the community. It also provides food and educates our children. We're also here to request that this be a more it's build more comprehensive standards when it comes to towers, cell towers, and antennas. We have clusters in our poles, light poles, clusters of antennas. Please address this. It's important.
Thank you very much. Next speaker is Hortensia Hernández.
Muy buenos días.
¿Necesita traductor? Un momentito, por
Sí,
favor.
necesito traductor.
Un momentito.
Mejor,
Can you stop her clock?
por
Can we get
favor.
a translator, please?
Gracias. Muy buenos días. Soy señora Hortensia Hernández.
Good
la-
morning, my name is Hortensia Hernández.
La farmer del Jardín de Casa del Mexicano.
I'm come from Casa El Mexicano. It's a community garden.
Necesitamos una junta con José Huizar.
We need to set up a meeting with Jose Wizard.
Porque no, estamos llamando y no nos la dan. Entonces, qué bueno que está aquí presente.
We have been calling his office, but so far we have not had any response. So I'm glad he's here today.
Porque no queremos una torre en el Jardín de Casa del Mexicano.
We don't want a tower, a cell phone tower at Casa El Mexicano.
Y necesitamos que ustedes nos ayuden, por favor.
We need your support.
Porque estamos juntando firmas personalmente en toda el área, porque no les avisaron a las personas del área.
We are gathering signatures in the area. People do not know about this.
En la línea también, online. También estamos agarrando.
Okay, we are gathering signatures and also online and in person.
Tenemos 1,800 firmas.
So far we have 1,800
Muchas
signatures.
gracias, señora. Ya se le terminó el tiempo. Gracias.
Just one more thing, please.
Una cosita, pero pronto.
Okay, no pueden poner una torre porque la escuela Yucle y muchas escuelas alrededor. Gracias.
We don't want this tower because we have so many schools in the surrounding area. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Joyce Williams. Gracias, señora. Joyce Williams, are you here? Suyuapa Maldonado, are you here? Okay. Maria Osorio. Claude Reed. Okay, good morning. Go ahead, Ms. Williams.
Councilman Curran Price, members of the 9th District 8th Chapter came together on Sunday, June the 30th, 2019 to discuss how we want to respond to our office's neglect of our request to meet and address our concerns. Our district chapter president, Clarice Brown, visited your district office. Promises were made and not kept. Since then, we have gotten the runaround from your staff. We are a variety of ethnic races, working families that live in the community that you represent in our neighborhood. We continue to see our concerns unmet by your staff and you. What we do see is the disappointment of hundreds of our neighborhoods every year, and the homelessness population rising. We continue to seek the contrast of the infrastructure in our neighborhood and the one immediate near USC. The lack of repair of our streets and trash all over the places. We deserve better. We have growing concerns about the safety of our children because of streets without speed bumps, sidewalks are broken that the elderly have to risk being hit by traffic and go around them with walkers, streets that causes damage to our cars, trees that are long overdue for trimming. We demand to meet with you, please.
Thank you very much. Next speaker is Surapa Maldonado, followed by Maria Osorio, Claude Reed, and Maria Gomez. ¿Necesita traducción?
Sí, por
Un
favor.
momentito. Our translator,
Yes, sir.
where did she go? ¿Le puede dar otra oportunidad a otra persona porque la traductora?
¿Me puede traducir él?
Sí, está bien.
Ok. Mi nombre es Suyapa Maldonado, pertenezco a la organización de ACE y también vivo en el Distrito 9.
Okay, un momentito para que la traduzca.
Yeah, hi, my name is Suyapa Maldonado. I'm a member of ACE, and I'm here from District 9.
El Distrito 9 tiene muchos problemas. Nosotros votamos por el concejal Curtis Price. Esperamos que nos ayude, porque ahí el problema es, hacen donas, dañan las calles. Hay personas que compran carros y los venden.
We have a lot of We have a lot of problems in District 9, and we voted for the member, but they are not doing anything. In our district, we have a lot of problems. One of them is that they have cars, they make donuts, and they are also
Venden carros también.
they are also cars that are being sold illegally.
Quiero que nos tomen en cuenta, por favor, si votamos por todos los miembros de ustedes, quiero que por favor seamos tomados en cuenta.
We voted for you, so you have to listen to us.
Nosotros hemos buscado una cita con el señor Curtis Price y nunca nos la dan.
We tried to meet with the council member, Curran Price, but we have not had any luck.
Muchas gracias, eso es todo.
Gracias. El siguiente persona, María Osorio, ¿necesita traducción?
Sí. Buenos días, mi nombre es María Osorio y pertenezco a la organización ACE que trabaja para la comunidad.
Good morning, my name is María Osorio and I'm also with ACE, it's a community organization.
Y también vengo del Distrito 9 y por las mismas razones que mi comunidad tiene muchas malas condiciones, muchas banquetas quebradas, necesitamos bumpers en la escuela porque pasan los carros como si fuera pista de carrera.
I'm also from District 9 and I am here to tell you that we have many problems. We have streets that are in really bad shape. They need to be repaired. And also we need speed bumps because we have many schools and the cars just go flying by on the streets.
Y han atropellado a niños y no se ha hecho nada.
Actually, there has been some accidents and some children have suffered from that and still nothing has been done.
Y también quiero que si el concejal pudiera ir a caminar con la comunidad, con los miembros de la comunidad. En el tiempo que llueve se hace mucha inundación y he mirado que hasta ciertas casas se mete el agua, o no se me hace justo que la comunidad esté en esas condiciones, siendo que muchos niños van a la escuela y los tenemos que llevar con ropa extra o que lleguen mojados y todo el día estén mojados en la escuela.
Actually, I would like to ask Council Member Curran Price to walk the community, to take a walk, to go with us, with the members, so he can see the conditions that we're living in. When it rains, it's really bad. The system it's not good, and there is a lot of water, and the streets get overflowed to the point where we have to take the children, to bring the kids extra clothes for the kids so they can change when they get to school because they get wet.
Muchas gracias, señora.
No sé si me deje de decirle unas últimas palabras.
Se le acabó el tiempo, señora. Lo siento mucho. Our next speaker is Claude Reed, followed by Maria Gomez. Sergio Vargas, are you here? Sergio Vargas? Sergio, are you here? Yes. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Reed.
Hello, my name is Claude Reed, and I'm a resident of the 9th District, and I'm just here to say that we have some issues in our community and concerns, and we would just like to meet up with you and set up a date and time so that we could come in and create a plan to resolve some of these problems and just start moving us in the right direction, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker, Maria Gomez y Sergio Vargas. Afrosh, is there somebody here with that name? Afrosh, anybody here with that name? How about Kearney Fern?
Aló, mi nombre es María Gómez, soy miembro de ACE.
Hi, María Gómez, I'm a member of ACE.
Yo vivo en el Distrito 9 por 42 años.
I have been in the 9th District for 42 years.
Y solamente estamos aquí para hacerle un llamado a nuestro concejal Curran Price.
We are here to get Council Members Curran Price attention.
Porque tenemos más de un año tratando de tener una reunión con él y nuestra comunidad.
We have been trying to meet with him for over a year, and it has not happened.
Nos sentimos ignorados. Queremos que nos ponga atención. Somos su comunidad. Hay muchas necesidades en nuestra comunidad y queremos que tenga con nosotros, que nos dé el tiempo lo más pronto posible una reunión con Curran Price. Usted es nuestro concejal Y nosotros como comunidad merecemos respeto, merecemos que nos escuche.
We have been ignored. We have been forgotten. You are our council member. You need to listen to us. We need respect from you. We have a lot of problems in our district.
Y eso es lo que queremos, tener una reunión con él lo más pronto posible. Que nos dé una fecha pronto.
We would like to meet with you as soon as possible. Please, let's set up a date as soon as possible.
Porque hay mucha gente que está preocupada por las necesidades en la comunidad, lo que está pasando, y quieren que él ponga atención a todas estas necesidades para que la gente pueda expresar sus necesidades y sus testimonios.
There is a lot of concerns. People have many concerns about the conditions in the district. So let's meet so you can get to hear all the voices of the people who live in your district.
Gracias.
Thank
Muchas
you.
Gracias. Next speaker is Sergio Vargas, followed by Courtney Fern. Patty Shanker, are you here? You're next after Courtney. Safir Molina, are you here? Go ahead, Sergio.
Hi, my name is Sergio Vargas. I'm an organizer with ACE from District 9. I've been knocking doors for 6 months in your neighborhood, and those issues that these people have been talking about, it's what everyone is talking about, you know, broken sidewalks, no trimming on the trees, lack of lighting, security, the affordable housing, the rents are going up, you know, a lot of new and landlords coming in near the USC area who are driving the rents to 20 to 30%, where people are getting kicked out and being on the streets. So we just want to sit down to you and talk and figure out a plan so we can start fixing the infrastructure and see what we can do about affordable housing. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Hi. My name is Courtney Fern, and I'm the Director of Government Relations for the Non-Human Rights Project, and I'm here today to urge the City Council to instruct the City Administrative Office and the Chief Legislative Analyst to properly assemble the Health Assessment Panel for Billy the Elephant, who is currently held captive at the LA Zoo. Simply put, the LA Zoo exhibit is too small to meet the needs of Billy or any elephant, and it's time the city moves forward with assembling the Health Assessment Panel that is already approved. I'd also like to make you aware of a similarly situated elephant in New York City at the Bronx Zoo that the Non-Human Rights Project has been advocating for, whose plight has gotten national attention, and in less than a month, local and federal officials, including Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, have moved to take action and have the elephant released from the zoo and moved to a sanctuary. If New York City officials can move so quickly to help an elephant, I'm confident the LA City Council can quickly assemble a panel to assess Billy's health. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Patty.
Patty Shanker. Whoops.
Hold on for just a second. I'm calling up a couple of more speakers. Zafir, are you here? Yes. Diego Jimenez? Diego Jimenez is not here. Karen Hernandez? Is Karen Hernandez here? How about Gemma Marquez? Gemma? Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, council members. My name is Patty Shanker from Woodland Hills. I drove an hour and a half here to wish you a happy vacation, but also to remind you that Billy, the poor elephant, never gets a day off. He never gets a vacation. He never gets peace and quiet. He has to hear kids screaming all day, the merry-go-round right by him. And it is time that we take care of Billy and let him go. I also insist that it be fair. This is a David Goliath story, and we activists who care about Billy deserve the same treatment that the zoo people get. We should be entitled to know everything and to get all the information and to be part of this whole deciding thing, because I have spent 10 years. We almost got Billy out 10 years ago. It is time for him to go. I ask you, while you are vacationing, to learn a little bit more about elephants and help him. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Hello, my name is Zafir Molina. I am here on behalf of Billy the Elephant. I know sometimes when people come up here and speak of animals, it's not taken serious because they're animals. We discriminate against them. We forget that they also feel physical, spiritual, emotional, every kind of feeling that we feel. If we were in their position, we would feel as well. So I ask you, we have very, very easy if we just listen to our hearts to let this elephant live a natural life, because what was done to him and how he is in this place right now is because of us. And I can see now, coming here for my first time, why it's so difficult to create change, because we don't even have compassion for our own species. I remind you that unfortunately, you have the responsibility of people's lives, not just people, but animals. Please take that into consideration and reach back into your empathy and put yourself in the positions of every single person that has come up here today and ask yourself, what would you have done?
Thank you very much. Thank you. The next speaker is Gemma Marquez?
Yes, hi. I was here to speak to item 17, and I would really appreciate it if all of you put your phones down and start paying attention. I know that you've been listening, but not most of you, not even the people behind you. I am an educator, and I am disgusted by what I see. By the mere fact that you're not paying attention, but Mrs. Rodriguez, Council Member Rodriguez, with all due respect, you did speak to some of the things that do worry me and do concern me. I also heard from someone over here about some other things that do concern me. The quality of life. You spoke about democracy. You know what democracy looks like? The California standards right now are mandated. For the first time, I'm getting a brand new textbook because I was teaching out of 2005. This year, I got a new textbook that says that another duty I have is to teach about civic responsibility. Well, look at your oath. Look at what you're doing. It is a mockery of what you are doing because you're not listening. City clerk, everybody's not listening. You need to listen to us.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Your time is up. Thank you. Next speaker is Eugene. Are you here? Eugene? Eugene's not here. How about Diane Garcia? Followed by Reverend Dr. Melo Desire. Joseph? Anyone here with that? Joseph?
Hello.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
My name is Diane Garcia, and I am a homeowner in Highland Park. I just want to share some concerns that I've talked about with my neighbors for the past several months. So the neighborhood of Highland Park has become known as a bar destination, a nightlife destination, which can have ripple effects within the community that just prevents people from their right to the quiet enjoyment of their home. Neighbors share that they've begun to feel like they can't leave their homes because of parking issues. People pee on their gates and lawns. They walk down the street shouting after bar closing. Residents have even said that they've witnessed physical intimacy in cars on public streets after bars close. Neighbors describe having beer cans and bottles in their yards, where they've never had that before. And these behavioral issues, they can't be controlled by permit issues, the conditional use permits. People can't account for how people behave after they leave a bar. Business owners can't account for that. So I want you to take residents into consideration as well as business people into consideration when you
very much.
Do this.
Next speaker. Kyle Stevens, are you here? Followed by Reverend Dr. Melo Desire. Joseph, I've already called. Doesn't look like he's in the room. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Kyle Stevens. I'm here today. I was here for item 17, but I guess that has been deferred. But more generally, I just want to talk about these conditional use permits and how they relate to parking. So in the Los Angeles Municipal Code, section 12.21a, there's, I think, a reasonable section about parking. It says, quote, there shall be at least one automobile parking space for each 100 square feet of gross floor area included within the total square footage of any restaurant, cafe, bar, or similar establishment which dispenses food or refreshments. So, for example, the issue we're talking about for item 17, that particular establishment has almost 3,000 square feet. So, according to this municipal code, it should have at least 30 parking spaces, but there's only 9 allotted in their plans. So, I feel like that's a problem more generally, and I just wanted to bring that as a general point. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, Reverend Dr. Melo Desire, are you here? Svetlana Sherritt, are you here? You want to come on up? And Abram Farley Jr. is after you. Good morning.
Morning. So the Kingdom Warriors started in 2013 in Skid Row with 11 homeless kids. Not one support. But D-Lang decided to put our plan up We wrote a business proposal that's on Google. So if you Google the Kingdom Warriors Foundation, you'll see our NPG grant up there for everyone to use. And they have for the last 5 years and gotten funding. But we have not gotten one dime from the county or the city. So we're asking this time around to give us a fair chance, to give us funding so we can help house the homeless. So the Los Angeles Metropolitan Churches and people like Cheryl Branch and Veronica Lewis, the all-stars that are keep getting in the media, getting funding, but yet there is still a homeless crisis. Give other people a chance. We are a legitimate 501c3. We have constituents all over LA County, and we want the same opportunity to speak. I can't change the fact that I'm a black woman, but I do expect people to read and write the proposals that we submit and process it just like any other race.
Thank you very much. Next speaker.
Hello, my name is Svetlana Sharet. I'm a Los Angeles resident, and my public comment today about that, I want to ask to, please, don't move Billy the elephant from Los Angeles Zoo. It's very important for elephants' well-being, for public education, and for science research, for the breeding of elephants and save them for the planet, the Earth. And you know that it's only left 600 elephants in the Earth, and this population is getting smaller for 30,000 per year. So about in 20 years, they can disappear from the planet. What you gonna say to your kids and grandkids when they will ask you in 20 years about, let's go to the zoo to see the elephant, very last one on the Earth. So please, don't remove him. Los Angeles Zoo has very, very good job with the captive breeding program and trying to save the species like they do with another species, not just elephant. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
We're at war. Black African Americans are at war. I'm from African Town Coalition, and we don't like to fuck with what they're doing. The developers coming in our community, taking our community over, running people off with gentrification. So all the District 9, District 8, I'm talking to y'all. Whoever here is representing District 9. And we don't like what's going on with the people running high prices, developing high sky rises, 3 7-foot stories, and run our people. Where are people going to go? Like Dorset Village, and what's going to happen to those people? They're going to be displaced. And the homeless people. People who, it makes no sense, all these developers coming here and run our people, rise prices up. So as my organization says, we fighting for the people, and we don't like any others but grassroots organizations. So we stand strong with our people, African Americans for reparations.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, that concludes general public comment for today's meeting. What's before us?
Council has motions for posted and referral.
Posted and referred members, are there any announcements? Seeing none, can we all rise for adjourning motions? Are there any adjourning motions to the left? Mr. Koretz.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to adjourn in memory of a young pitcher for the Angels whose death has stunned certainly baseball fans across the country. Tyler Skaggs was 27 when he passed away in Texas. It appears that he died of natural causes in his hotel room. He was found unresponsive. It does not appear that there is any kind of foul play involved, and I don't recall this happening during my 60 years of watching baseball as a fan. I followed his career. He played for the Angels most of that time. He was frequently injured, so this year was really his first healthy year of his career, in which he was doing quite well. He had just about reached his career high in wins with only half the season done, and almost certainly would have surpassed that substantially had he lived. He was well known as one of the nicest guys in baseball, very witty, very warm to the fans. People on talk radio were exchanging stories of all the nice things he had done for fans, including running into one young fan at a restaurant and promising him tickets to the game. And when they came to Anaheim Stadium and weren't able to get those tickets, he came out in full uniform as he was preparing to pitch when the game started, and made sure that he and his family all had tickets to the game. That was kind of a frequent story for him. One of the nicest guys in baseball. He had just gotten married, I believe, just a couple weeks before. So everything we hear makes the story more tragic and out of nowhere. So with great sadness, I'd like to adjourn in memory of Tyler Skaggs, a great pitcher, but even more a great human being.
Thank you, Mr. Koretz. Any other adjourning motions to my left? Any adjourning motions to my right? Seeing none, our meeting is adjourned. Thank you.